and salutations, my dearest friends. My name is Samantha, and today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite Jessa Kane novellas. Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome or welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Vlogmas. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Today, I'm hyper apparently. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite Jessa Kane novellas. Gosh, Jessa Kane writes so many novellas and I've read pretty much every single one. So today I'm going to condense it and just give you my top 5 favorite, like all-time favorite Jessa Kane novellas. Now, if you don't know who Jessa Kane is, my friend, you are in for a treat. Jessa Kane is a novella author. She writes romance novellas, obviously, because that's all I read. And she mainly publishes on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have that subscription, you can find all of her novellas on there. Typically, her books can range from like 80 to 100 pages, and they are just wild. Okay, they're very steamy, they're very spicy, and usually it's just like a really wild plot and it's just a whole ball of fun. Usually though, all her novellas are steamy, so if you're not here for the steam, this is not for you. All her novellas are steamy. A lot of them have a zaddy kink and maybe a little bit of like a taboo element or an age gap. I feel like that's really her niche. Not all of her books have them, but most of them do. I will say her novels are a hit and miss. I don't love all of them. I've given some of her books 5 stars and I've given her some of her books 1 star. The thing with Jessa Kane is because it's so short, I feel like a lot of her books are kind of polarizing. Like I can either absolutely love it, it's my all-time favorite, I highly recommend, or I freaking hate them. So there's no in between. I will say I definitely like her newer writing a little bit better than some of her older novellas, but again, that is just personal preference. So that's a quick rundown of Jessa Kane. And now let's just hop right in to the recommendations. Recommendations. I know why I'm singing this whole video. All right, first and foremost, these are in no particular order, but the first one that I'm going to talk about is probably my all-time favorite, and that is Hefty by Miss Jessa Kane. This is, okay, so when I say I like a lot of her newer releases is because recently she released, I would like to call it her Thick Boy series. That's not what she calls it. I have named it. I've coined the term. Okay, I didn't coin the term. I'm sure someone else has called it that, so I'm not about to claim rights to that. Basically, she has written a couple of novellas with plus-size heroes or thick heroes, and I love it. So this one, again, it's called Hefty, and it features Zach and Jill. Zach is a football player and Jill is a cheerleader. But basically, Jill is best friends with Zach's sister, so they have grown up with each other. They've known each other for a really long time, and they both have had massive crushes on each other. Zach is, like I said, a plus-size hero. He's not really confident with his body, and Jill is like this preppy cheerleader that he thinks is way out of his league. But Jill has some feelings for him. So they're both pretty inexperienced, and they end up kind of like striking this deal that they're going to explore their attraction with each other and gain some experience with each other. And it's just, this is as wholesome as a Jessa Kane novel will get. I mean, yes, it's steamy. It is. But our hero is the definition of a cinnamon roll. The definition of a cinnamon roll. And it doesn't get better than this book. It's like peak Jessa Kane novella. If you like your romances with a little bit of steam and a little bit of sweetness, this is it. This is it. If you're gonna read anything from this video, I need you to read this book, okay? And then report back to me. That's your homework, class. Report back to me. And if you don't like this novella, I don't want to hear about it. I'm just kidding. All right, the next one is another one with one of her plus-size heroes, and that is Husky, and this features Parker and Dawes. Parker is a fashion designer. She's pretty young. She just graduated fashion school, and she went to this like really popular reality show that was a competition for fashion designers, and she did really well. So she's trying to like create a line for Fashion Week, but she's seriously lacking inspiration. She ends up going to a bar and seeing Dawes, who is the owner of that bar, and instantly she's like, "You're gorgeous, I need you to model for me." And she has like this whole inspiration to create a plus size men's line, and they kind of like strike a deal with one each other that he is going to be her model. But of course it's a Jessa Kane novel and it's steamy, so they have a little bit of attraction towards each other. And this one was also kind of sweet, even though it was steamy. This definitely has like the the virgin trope, so if you're not into that, just know it going in. But I don't know, I just loved how they were just like so madly attracted to each other. The age gap was perfect for me. I am a fan of age gap romances. It is what it is. This one is a good one. All right, so the next one is a contender, okay? It's a contender to be my favorite, honestly. Like, if I had to pick two favorites, this one is probably one as well, and that is Making Their Vows. This has a zaddy kink, and something about it does it for me, okay? Miss Ma'am, I never thought I was into the zaddy kink, and I don't know if I am or if I'm just like really into Jessa Kane. I don't know, it has me questioning my entire existence, but it's fine, it's fine. This book follows Grace and North, and this is definitely like an opposites attract book. So both of our characters are young again, so just so you know that going in, but again, they're the same age and it's consensual. So our heroine Grace is just like, think of like a preppy schoolgirl. She lives in a nice area in town, always does what her parents says, but she ends up getting dragged by a group of friends to go to this like underground fighting rink where she meets North. And North comes from a little bit of a darker part of Boston, and he's always had to like fight his way out. He does these underground kind of illegal fights to provide for him and his sister because he is his sister's guardian, and he ends up meeting Grace, and again, they're like instantly attracted to each other. It's kind of a theme with Jessa Kane. The thing is I don't mind insta-lust or insta-love when it comes to novellas, because you only have like 80 pages. So things need to happen really quickly. And in this book, it does happen very quickly. They are like total opposites. Everything is pulling them apart, but they decide to like just pretend that none of that exists, and they decide to like play family and be together. And it's just amazing. This does have a zaddy kink, even though they're the same age and it's not like an age gap romance. But I mean, again, it just does it for me. I freaking love North, okay? My man North. The thing is I don't love possessive heroes all the time, or alpha heroes, but North is just so possessive of her heroine in like the best way possible, in like a sexy way, not in like a creepy way. You know what I mean? There's a thin line, and Jessa Kane skates that line and makes things so perfect. The book is steamy. It's perfect. I think I've said it's perfect like 5 times. I definitely think this is more steamier than the other books that I mentioned. I mean, all of them are steamy, but just so you know. It also has like a side novella that's even shorter than the first novella, and it's basically like them after they're happily ever after, like them going through marital troubles and trying to have kids, and I loved that novella too. So that's like a bonus one. I'm not counting it in the 5 because they're connected, you know? They're connected. All right. The next one is another thick hero. Clearly it's something I like, and that is Kingsized. This one is really fun and different because I wouldn't call it like a historical romance, but it kind of is. I feel like it kind of sort of takes place during the medieval times. That's the vibe it gives me, but I actually don't know what year it's set. Anyhoozles, so this follows Britta and Rex. Britta has just recently become a queen at a pretty young age. Her parents were killed, so she had to take over the kingdom much faster than expected, and she ends up hiring Rex as her bodyguard. He's like one of the only men that she trusts, and he takes care of her. And Rex is like a gentle giant. He's super tall, super buff and strong, but he's a little bit like submissive in bed and with our heroine, and she likes to take control, and she also feels very comfortable and protected with Rex. So he's like her protector in the sense that he's her bodyguard, but then she's more dominant in the bedroom, and I felt like it was a really great even balance in this book. Okay, so the last one is kind of a surprise, I guess. This one is Breaking the Bully, and I hate bully romances. I literally, other than this book, have not read a single bully romance that I've liked. I just don't like when our characters are mean to each other, and it's always hard for me to like a bully romance because it's either like super petty, you know what I mean? Like the characters really had no reason to dislike each other, or it's like awful. Like the stuff the bully did to the other character is just so awful, and then I don't like them, and it's hard for them to be redeemed. But I feel like Jessa Kane did this so freaking well. So well. This book follows Ali and Moore. They have always really liked each other. They went to school with each other and they've always had kind of like a flirtation vibe. And one night during like this thunderstorm, they have a really intimate moment where they connected. But the next day when they go to school, Ali kind of brushes Moore off. Now Moore immediately takes offense to this and starts to bully Ali because he assumes that she judges him for his background because she's really rich and comes from a very prominent family, and he's not that rich and his family is all broken and he's all by himself. So he thinks that she's judging him because they come from like different households and different social classes. But really, Ali has a horrible home life. She is emotionally abused by her father. Her father is very physically abusive as well. And she knows that he would not approve of her relationship with Moore. So to protect both of them, she, keeps her distance. So I think what I liked about this book is I feel like they both had reasons to do what they did. And when Moore finds out the truth, he grovels. I don't think I've read another romance book where the hero like grovels so freaking much. Like, he is so apologetic, and then he's so like madly, deeply, intensely in love with our heroine. And not only that, but he also kind of like protects her from her father, so it all comes full circle, and he definitely make amends. And I love how Ali didn't just like forgive him right away. Like, you could tell that he really had to work for her affection. And yeah, I just thought this one was really good. And for it only being like 100 pages, I feel like the author did so much character development in that one novella that I just couldn't help but love it, even though I don't typically love bully romances. Alright, so those were 5 novellas from Jessa Kane that are my absolute favorite. There's so many more. I probably could have done such a long video for this, but I'm gonna keep it short because she has so many books. Maybe I'll do a part 2 video of some more of my favorites, or on the flip side, would you guys like to see the ones that I didn't like by Jessa Kane? So you guys know like which ones to stay away from. Because there are a few that I've given 1 star. Like I said, she's a very hit or miss author for me. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Jessa Kane is. If you don't, please read her books and just let me know how you like them. If you like Jessa Kane, some other novella authors that I could recommend to you would be Mink. I've only read a couple of books from Mink. They're also on Kindle Unlimited, but she has a very similar like vibe to Jessa Kane. A lot of like zaddy kinks and age gaps and all that jazz, all that stuff. Another author that I would recommend is Jenica Snow. Again, she's also on Kindle Unlimited. She has something called the Real Men series, and again, that same Jessa Kane vibe. Very steamy, very quick, a lot of a zaddy kink, a lot of age gap. So yeah, those are 2 additional authors that if you're looking for even more novellas with this type of vibe, you can check out those books. Alright, I feel like I've been talking forever. I'm super tired. I got off of work and decided to film, but now I'm really tired and want to go take a bubble bath. I hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas so far and that you enjoyed this video. If you have any requests for more Vlogmas videos that you want to see me film, let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me. I hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you next time. Bye!